What if the key to an unshakable mind isn't some new age trend, but wisdom thousands of years old? What if the strength to endure chaos, uncertainty, and hardship has already been discovered, not in modern psychology textbooks, not in motivational self-help manuals, but in the private writings of an ancient Roman emperor who ruled during plagues, wars, and betrayal? Prepare to discover the Stoic secret that has allowed countless individuals to navigate life's storms with remarkable calm. This isn't just philosophy, it's a practical blueprint for unwavering inner strength in today's unpredictable world. Let's begin with the world we live in. We're in 2025. The pace of life is overwhelming. We are drowning in information, social media notifications, endless news cycles, constant advertising. Every moment demands our attention. Our minds are never at rest. Change happens at a dizzying speed. Technology, jobs, politics, everything shifts under our feet before we've even had the chance to adapt. The result? A quiet but pervasive anxiety. A sense that no matter how much we try to keep up, we're always one step behind. And beneath this chaos lies something even more unsettling: the illusion of control. We schedule, we plan, we strategize, yet life consistently reminds us that so much is beyond our grasp. A sudden illness, an unexpected financial downturn, a betrayal by someone we trusted. In the blink of an eye, everything we built feels fragile. And so we search desperately for stability, for calm, for something solid we can cling to when the world shakes around us. But here's the paradox. The more we chase external stability, the more elusive it becomes. Which brings us back to the wisdom of the Stoics. And at the center of this wisdom, one man, Marcus Aurelius. He was emperor of Rome, ruler of the known world, yet his personal journals, now known as Meditations, reveal not a man intoxicated by power, but one constantly reminding himself, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." If resilience is what we seek, then perhaps the blueprint is already written. The Stoics built their entire philosophy on one radical idea: the dichotomy of control. There are things within our power, our thoughts, our choices, our actions, our judgments. And there are things beyond our power: other people, external events, outcomes we cannot dictate. Epictetus, the teacher of Stoicism, whom Marcus often echoed, put it bluntly: some things are up to us, and some things are not. Marcus Aurelius takes this principle and turns it into a shield. He reminds himself, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Stop worrying about what you cannot control." Now, let's pause here. Think about how much of your own stress, your own anxiety, comes not from reality itself, but from resisting reality, from wishing circumstances were different, from clinging to control that was never yours. This is why the Stoic dichotomy of control is liberating. Once you separate the world into these two categories, you discover a hidden superpower. You can stop wasting your energy fighting the uncontrollable and instead direct it all toward mastering yourself. And here lies the Stoic foundation of resilience. Because if your happiness depends on things you cannot control, you will forever be fragile. But if your peace comes from within, from your choices and your interpretations, then you become untouchable. Marcus writes, "If you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it, and this you have the power to revoke at any moment. This is revolutionary. Events themselves don't break us, our judgment of them does. Think of two people facing the same challenge, a job loss. One collapses into despair, seeing it as the end. The other sees it as an opportunity to grow, to pivot, to discover something new. The event is the same, the interpretation is different, and so the resilience is different. Perception, then, is the architect of strength. Marcus again, choose not to be harmed, and you won't feel harmed. Don't feel harmed, and you haven't been. At first glance, this seems almost naive. How can one choose not to be harmed when something painful happens? But here's the deeper insight. We can't stop pain from arriving at our door, but we can stop it from defining us. Pain may knock, but it doesn't have to move in. This is what the Stoics called apatheia, not apathy in the modern sense of not caring, but freedom from destructive passions. A mind steady, undisturbed, no matter what storm rages outside. And that, they believed, is true resilience.
It's one thing to talk about philosophy. It's another to live it. And the Stoics were not armchair thinkers. They practiced, they trained, they built mental muscles through daily exercises. Here are 3 of their most powerful tools. 1. Negative visualization, or premeditatio malorum. Marcus often reminded himself of potential difficulties, betrayal, loss, illness, even death. Not to wallow in fear, but to prepare. By imagining misfortune before it happens, we blunt its sting. We become grateful for what we still have. And when challenges do arrive, we say, "I knew you would come." Try this yourself. Picture losing something you value, your job, your health, even your life. Let the thoughts settle. Then open your eyes to the fact that right now you still have them. Gratitude floods in. Resilience grows. 2. Amor Fati, love of fate. Marcus urges, accept whatever comes to you woven in the pattern of your destiny, for what could more aptly fit your needs? This is more than acceptance, it is love. To not just endure what happens, but to embrace it as part of life's grand design. Imagine facing a setback and instead of resisting, saying, "Yes, this too belongs." Amor Fati transforms adversity from enemy to teacher. 3. Memento Mori, remember you will die. Death is not morbid obsession. For Marcus, it was a compass. You could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do, say, and think. By remembering mortality, we strip away trivial concerns. We focus on virtue, on meaning, on what truly matters. Memento Mori is the ultimate clarifier. It makes resilience urgent. Because if time is short, why waste it in despair? Now comes the most important part, translating Marcus Aurelius's world into ours. He didn't face smartphones, but he faced constant distractions. He didn't face corporate layoffs, but he faced invasions and plagues. The contexts differ. The human challenges remain the same. In a world of endless scrolling and dopamine hits, resilience means guarding our attention. Marcus wrote, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts." If our thoughts are shaped by outrage headlines and curated comparisons on social media, our soul becomes restless. The Stoic practice, deliberate control of attention. Limit consumption. Choose carefully what you allow into your mind. Replace reaction with reflection. The modern worker lives under constant uncertainty, automation, layoffs, rising costs. Yet Marcus faced the collapse of legions, the betrayal of allies, the strain of empire finances. His advice? If you are pained by external things, it is not they that disturb you, but your own judgment of them. Losing a job hurts. Financial strain is real. But resilience comes from seeing them not as personal failures, but as conditions of life. We control how we respond, with despair or with creativity, adaptation, and perseverance. We all face difficult people, toxic co-workers, argumentative family members, conflict online. Marcus faced senators plotting against him, generals questioning him, even betrayal among friends. His reminder, when you wake up in the morning, tell yourself, the people I deal with today will be meddling, ungrateful, arrogant, dishonest, jealous, and surly. They are like this because they cannot tell good from evil. But I have seen the beauty of good and the ugliness of evil, and I recognize that the wrongdoer has a nature related to my own. This isn't cynicism, it's preparation. By expecting people to act as people do, we're not shocked when they disappoint. And by remembering they share the same human nature, we soften our anger with empathy. Resilience in relationships means recognizing limits. We cannot control others, only ourselves. We've walked through Marcus Aurelius's philosophy, his tools, and they're relevant today. But philosophy only matters if it's practiced. So how do we apply this to our daily lives? Morning reflection. Before starting your day, remind yourself what is within your control. Prepare for challenges with calm. Negative visualization. Once a day, imagine losing something you take for granted. Let gratitude flow. Evening review. Before sleep, reflect. Where did I lose my composure? Where did I succeed? How can I improve tomorrow? Resilience is not a destination. Marcus Aurelius never considered himself finished. He wrote daily reminders because he needed them. So do we. Strength is... Finally, remember, resilience does not mean isolation. Marcus was emperor, but he leaned on friends, mentors, and philosophy. We too must build communities of resilience. So, as you listen to this, consider sharing your experiences, your challenges, your practices. Let's grow together, not just as individuals, but as a resilient community. Marcus Aurelius wrote his meditations not for an audience, but for himself. Private reminders to stay calm, strong, and virtuous in a world that constantly tested him. Yet across nearly 2,000 years, his words reach us. Because the human struggle hasn't changed. The storms may look different, but the path to resilience remains the same. Remember, you have power over your mind, not over the world, not over fate, not over others, but over your thoughts. And from that power comes unbreakable strength. If Marcus Aurelius could lead an empire through war and plague with calm, perhaps you and I can navigate the chaos of 2025 with resilience. So take these Stoic practices, apply them, train daily, and when life inevitably shakes, you will not break. Because true resilience is not avoiding storms, it is becoming the kind of person who stands unshaken within them. If you found value in this exploration of Stoicism, I invite you to join the conversation. Share in the comments what's the biggest challenge you face today where Stoic resilience could help. Like this video if it resonated with you. Subscribe for more deep philosophical insights and share it with someone who needs strength right now. Together, let's build a community grounded not in fear, but in wisdom. Because the Stoic path is not just for philosophers or emperors, it's for all of us. And it begins the moment you decide, I will master myself.